America's heartland.
Well, I reckon this is the day that we will just have to expect the unexpected. What do you think? And the boys are coming down here, and the flagman is holding them. Be nice. Green flag's in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. See you in February, boys. See Kurt Busch, our pole sitter in that 22 car, took the outside, but Montoya fights back off two, side by side, down the back straightaway.
Montoya had a chance at him entering one. Busch closed the door. But Kurt Busch practiced most of the day in the high groove, and that's where he is, way high, coming off four.
He's almost into the wall there. We saw him spin off turn 4 in practice on Friday, getting up that high. Yeah, he was up above the black, which means there's no grip up there at that high off the racetrack.
Lead change. Kyle Busch goes after Montoya on the bottom of turn number 2. He eases up the racetrack, but Montoya has the launch off the corner.
I had a lot of people ask me this morning, how would all the things that have been going on with Kyle Busch off the racetrack, how would that affect the way he drives? It won't affect him at all. I tell you why. You put that helmet on, you block everything else out of your mind. You're now just a driver. I think sometimes when you have drivers like Kyle Busch, it almost motivates you a little bit.
Steve Burns, what happened to our pole sitter?
Mike, he didn't even finish the last thing. He said, I am knocking the fence down tight. I don't know where this fight just came from. Steve Addington said 10-4. Kurt said we'll be 43rd before we even pit.
Oh, no. About knocking the fence down, how about Travis Squabble?
Yeah, he's down here in the middle of 1 and 2, and he gets up high, and you can see there's a gray area there that he is in now. There's just no grip there. You see the dust, the dirt, the sand, nothing there.
What do you do, Darrell, when the spotter yells 4 wide, 3 underneath you?
Yeah, well, you take it as high as you can and hope you don't hit that wall. Yeah, that tight. Kurt Busch is turning the steering wheel, and the front wheels are not responding. They're just sliding up the racetrack. Larry, I wouldn't panic if I were him. I think being a little snug, once the tire pressures come up, I think he might be better than he thinks he's going to be.
And remember this, the 2 unhappiest drivers last week at Charlotte in the first 100 miles, Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick, both made out just fine when the race was over.
I think Kurt's almost one of those guys that he starts the race looking for something that's going to go wrong. He's just had that kind of start with this season.
Joey Logano battling for 3rd, and here comes Boyer in 33 on the inside. He won the truck race here yesterday. And up toward the front, 3 under a blanket. Brian Vickers, 83. Kurt Busch, Joey Logano.
But you see right there, Kurt is already coming back. He fell back, and he's going to make a pass here. That car is going to be a lot better than I think he realized when he said that on the radio. Yeah, quite honestly, making an evaluation before the completion of lap 1, that's a little quick. I'd have probably said if you get it down in the groove, it might handle a little bit better.
And with them is the point leader, Carl Edwards. In 6th place, there's a gap back to Truex in 7th. Harvick, Stewart, Menard, and Biffle. Jamie Mack on the outside of the 4 of Casey Kane and Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, Jamie McMurray in the 1 started in the 6th position. He's already fallen back to 18th. We anticipated this would be a day of comers and goers the way qualifying unfolded.
5th place on your left. Brian Vickers moving back. Carl Edwards moving up into the 5th spot.
Yeah, qualifying was, there was advantages to going early and there's huge disadvantage to going late. Everybody's on the same page today. Everybody started at the same time.
Jimmy Johnson up 7 spots from 31st to 24th. And Tony Stewart, who started 13th, 7th after passing Martin Truex.
Well, if the theory holds true for Tony Stewart, this ought to be a Tony Stewart runaway day because he likes it when it gets hot and slick.
Kyle Busch under pressure from Montoya. You want to see the 2 most aggressive drivers in NASCAR? You're looking at it.
Now, you remember in practice when Montoya and McMurray were struggling a little bit, but I said I really liked the way Montoya's car looked like he was driving and handling. I think he had a car that's going to be good in the race.
Again, he gets a great launch off turn number 2, Darrell. That seems to be his strong suit. exit of turn 2 midway down the backstretch. Kyle's not going to make it easy.
But I think what we're seeing here, I mean, you see how wide this groove is. You have 3 or 4 options of where to run the car. I think Kyle Busch's car drove good on the bottom until we got a few laps. And then it's like Montoya's car is prevailing by running that high groove. It's, a lot of times as soon as the tire temps and the pressure build up a little bit, you have to start searching around for a place to run. You have to change your line a little bit. Kyle will figure it out, I'm sure.
6th place on the right, Stewart, Vickers. That battle continues. Some folks call this a cookie-cutter track because it's another mile and a half, but to me, it looks a lot more like the 2-mile Michigan Speedway with shorter straightaways.
Yeah, I mean, that back straightaway is very short. It's only 2,207 feet long. That's a short little straightaway down there. These turns are huge, and the track is so wide. Try a little, you can race down on the apron. A lot of room to move around here.
10 laps complete under green. Juan Pablo Montoya, Kyle Busch continue their battle for the lead.